YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another video, and in today's video, another question dawned on me today. So the question that I had today is, what players are going to thrive on the defense by Chase Young's appearance? So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Redskins. And let's get straight into today's video. So, what players on the defense are going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance on being on the field, being that he is the second overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft? And what I mean by thriving by his appearance is they maybe had a peak last year or the years prior, but by having Chase Young, probably the best player, if not the best player in this past draft, and the best player in America as far as the college level was, maybe they'll have a better impact because Chase Young's gonna be drawing all the attention, you know. So that's what I'm saying by who would thrive in this defense with Chase Young drawing all the attention, because maybe they had a peak last year, but they were getting too much attention, so they weren't able to, you know, thrive the way they could if they just had maybe a one-on-one assignment. Them being double teamed maybe caused their lack of destruction or disruption or filling up the stat sheet maybe. So now we have Chase Young here, Montez Sweat, coming off a phenomenal rookie year, who some people slept on. Montez Sweat are still sleeping. Montez Sweat had 7 sacks last year. You know, Montez Sweat had 7 sacks, and I don't think some people even knew that he had 7 sacks because his 7 sacks were quiet. His 7 sacks were quiet. So having Montez Sweat, that a lot of people are forgetting about, because we drafted Chase Young, is just, it's like, wow, y'all forgetting about Montez Sweat, who ran a 4.41 as a D lineman defensive end, the fastest 40 by D lineman defensive end in combine history last year. So a lot of people are forgetting about what we have outside of Chase Young. But that's the topic of today. What players are going to be set up to thrive by Chase Young's appearance? So without further ado, let's get straight into it after giving you guys the background spill. So what players do I think are going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance? First of all, obviously Chase Young is going to thrive by his own appearance. You know, just being your name Chase Young is going to put fear into the left tackle, right tackle, or right guard, whatever, mind. You know, it don't matter if you're Andrew Thomas, Jason Peters, you could be the Andrew Whitworth, because we play the Rams. You could be the best left tackle, right tackle in this league. Quentin Nelson. You could, whatever position you play on that offensive line, as soon as you hear that name Chase Young and you see him lining up over top of you, you're gonna have instant fear. I don't care if you're a Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer. You're gonna have some fear if Chase Young is lining up over top of you. So Chase Young is obviously going to thrive by his name being Chase Young. So what I want to say here, I believe that the whole defense is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance, but I want to break down player by player. So obviously Chase Young is going to thrive by his name being Chase Young and putting fear into players' hearts already, just because his name is Chase Young and he's a second overall pick in this past draft. Had 16.5 sacks last year in college. 16.5 sacks last year in college, and he did miss one game. Miss a couple games, actually. But after Chase Young is going to thrive by Chase Young, why not throwing out interior guys? Why not throw out interior guys in there, show them some love, show our interior guys some love? Because I really believe Matt Ioannidis, the most underrated player on this team. This most underrated player on this team. I know I made a video on Kelvin Harmon, saying he's the most underrated player on this team, but that was just to show the rookies and the sophomores some love. But if we're being serious, the most underrated player on this team has to be Matt Ioannidis. Matt Ioannidis, if he played anywhere else, he would be a starter. He would be a starter. Now, the only thing I can say about Matt Ioannidis is I hope Ron Rivera doesn't change his role. I hope Ron Rivera doesn't change his role, because he had a phenomenal season last year, a Pro Bowl season. He was a Pro Bowl reserve last year. Now, I hope Ron Rivera doesn't try to change his role and make him into being a full starter interior tackle, because that's not what Matt Ioannidis is. Matt Ioannidis is a rotational guy that can come in and sub for you and eat up. eat up. John Allen, Deron Payne are the two front runners and the two starting interior linemen. Matt Ioannidis, Tim Settle are the guys that can come in, still feel like that Deron Payne and John Allen is in there because that's how good they are. I just hope with Matt Ioannidis having that dominant season that Ron Rivera doesn't try to change his role. Because I feel as though Matt Ioannidis, maybe he could handle it, but I just don't want to mess up what we already have going. Now, we re-signed Matt Ioannidis. We gave him a contract, so we have him locked down for a couple more years, and I'm just happy. Matt Ioannidis is the first person I believe that is going to thrive under Chase Young's appearance. Because if a team has to double-team Chase Young, Matt Ioannidis right up in that middle, going to get that interior pressure, going to make that quarterback roll out to the right to Chase Young, easy sack every time. Or left, Montez Sweat. Who knows, So that's the first person I believe that's going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance is Matthew Ioannidis. Matt Ioannidis is such a dog, man. Pro Bowl season last year, and I feel as though he's going to build off that coming this year. I'm telling you guys, Matt Ioannidis is the most underrated player on this team. I guarantee you. Unless you're a top-tier analyst and outside of this Washington Redskins fan base, you don't know who Matthew Ioannidis is. Unless you're a Washington Redskins fan or a top-tier analyst. Matt Ioannidis is so underrated. And I guarantee this. If he wasn't on the Washington Redskins, he would have a starting spot somewhere else. He will be starting full-time. But since he's on the Washington Redskins with this stacked front seven and five first-round picks on this D-line, he's gonna get outshadowed. But is he really? Because I really believe that he's probably our best D lineman. So moving on to the next person that I believe is gonna thrive in with Chase Young's appearance. Like I said, obviously the whole defense is, but showing our interior guys some love still. I believe Deron Payne is gonna shine with Chase Young's appearance. Deron Payne was our first overall pick 2 years ago, and he's been solid. But I'm not saying he hasn't lived up to the first round talent because he definitely have. But I just feel as though he has more to prove. I feel as though Deron Payne, he hasn't reached his peak. And of course he didn't because he's still young. But I feel as though with him drawing all the attention, with him being a top pick, now that he has another top pick, which he did have top picks for his first 2 years in the season with John Allen and Montez Sweat, but with them having another top 2 pick in this draft or on this team now in Chase Young, with him not have to have all the attention with him being a top pick, it's gonna make him even better. It's gonna allow him to get back there and sack the quarterback more often because all he has to do is worry about his assignment and not worrying about being double teamed when now that they have Chase Young, or should I say we have Chase Young. Deron Payne, like I said, I'm not saying he hasn't lived up to the first round talent, but I feel as though he has something to prove this year. He has a chip on his shoulder. He's a dog, but he just hasn't yet shown it, and I feel as though with Chase Young being on this team, he's going to show it this year. Moving on next, none other than John Allen. We know John Allen is going to show out. John Allen's a dog already, and he can show you that. He showed you that for the first 3 seasons. Since he's been a rookie, he showed you that he's a dog. He showed you he's a dog, man. And just adding Chase Young to the mix is going to make him even more become a dog. I was going to say dogger, but that's not even a word. I feel as though John Allen has a Pro Bowl season. And you can say that's a hot take if you want. But I feel as though with our external pressure and our outside guys creating that pressure for the quarterback on the outside to where he can't scramble, forcing the quarterback to step up in the pocket right into John Allen's lap, and you know what John Allen do. So that's enough said about John Allen. Just look up his highlights if you want to know what John Allen do. And we just picked up John Allen's 5th-year option, so especially he's going to want to ball out this year because he wants to get paid. So if he balls out this year and us picking up his 5th-year option, he's going to get that sack. It's no way we could let John Allen walk out our door, and especially him proving this year that he's going to ball out, and he balls out this year and get, I want to say at least, in my opinion, for what is it going to take for John Allen to get paid, because I know he is, because we wouldn't have picked up his 5th-year option if we weren't going to pay him. Excuse the background noise. Of course, they decided to vacuum while I make my video. But John Allen, all he needs in my books, in my opinion, to get paid, because I feel like though he did a lot already. I feel as though he did a lot already to get paid. I don't think he even needs to prove himself anymore. We know John Allen can ball. We know John Allen's a dog. But in order for him to get paid, in my opinion, especially with this new regime and his new coaching staff, so he still has to prove himself to the new coaching staff. I feel as though it's probably going to take at least 7.58 sacks. 7.58 sacks, probably a lot of bat down passes. You know, we don't need John Allen to focus on one stat. Although one stat could do it all for him to get paid, which is sacks, I feel as though if he can fill up the stat sheet with bat downs, pressures, sacks, you know, if he can do that and force fumbles, recover fumbles, we can do all that. He's definitely getting paid. But I feel as though John Allen already did enough to get paid. So we picked up John Allen's 5th-year option, and that's another player that's going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance, and he's going to be really good this year. And I feel and I smell. You could quote my words, screen recorders, do whatever you want. John Allen will have a Pro Bowl season this year. So moving on to the next person that I feel as though is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance, and I'm not going to talk about the back end too much because we know the secondary is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance. I'm going to just keep it to the backers and the linemen. The next person that I feel as though is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance is none other than Tim Settle. Tim Settle, man. We know how good Tim Settle is. Another guy who I feel as though if he was on another team, he would get more shine. He would get more shine. Him and Matt Ioannidis can be a nice 1-2 punch somewhere else. But just them being on a D-line with 5 first-round picks is taking away their talent, and they're being overshadowed. That's why they're not getting that shine that they, you know, very much deserve. That's another guy that I feel as though could come in and thrive. By Chase Young's appearance. That is one Tim Settle. Tim Settle always thrives every year, especially in the preseason. And I know the preseason doesn't mean much, but in the regular season he does show it too. When he does get his amount of snaps, you know, his snaps are minimum, but when he does get out there, he shows you why he belongs out there. So Tim Settle is another guy that I could see thriving by Chase Young's appearance. Now, none other than the last person I want to talk to on this D line is, I could throw them both in there. Ryan Kerrigan, Ryan Anderson, Montez Sweat, all the guys are going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance because all they're going to have to do is worry about beating their guy, having Chase Young, you know, having all the attention because he's the number 2 overall pick. All these guys have to do is beat their guy, and they're definitely going to get to the quarterback and have a great season. So like I said, basically like I was saying in the beginning, every player on this defense is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance. And moving on to the secondary, I'm not going to spend too much time on the secondary because we know how the secondary is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance because we know how weak the secondary is. So with Chase Young being as long as the cornerbacks and the safeties can hold their players for more than 4 to 3 seconds maybe, Chase Young is going to take care of the rest. Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Matt Ioannidis, everybody's going to take care of the rest. Force a bad throw or even a sack, and if it's a bad throw, you know what to do. Go get it, DBs. Go get it, DBs. We don't have drop issues. We don't have drop issues that much, so we don't got nothing to worry about. We don't got nothing to worry about. So as long as the cornerbacks, and I believe Ronald Darby, Fab, Kendall Fuller, Jimmy Moreland, of course, I feel as though they can hold their guys for more than 4 seconds. So with that being said, if they could hold their guys for more than 4 seconds, you know what's going to happen. The D-line going to take care of the rest. And you just got to go get the pick. That's all we asking for. Just catch the ball. Now, moving on to the last couple guys that I feel as though is going to thrive on the Washington Redskins defense by one Chase Young's appearance is obviously the backers. Everyone is going to thrive on this team because of Chase Young's appearance, but I just wanted to go single file line by player. The backers, of course. Sean Dion's going to ball out. Cole Holcomb's going to ball out. Reuben Foster. Josh Harvey Clemens, if he makes the team. I really think JHC should make the team, but who knows. Every backer on this team is going to ball out. I can't remember his last name. Collect from Michigan. Collect Hudson. There we go. Collect Hudson from Michigan. I really hope he makes the team, and I think that he can really be a great addition to this team, man. I was looking into his profile as a player at Michigan, and they used him such as a Jabril Peppers role, so he could drop back and play safety like one Isaiah Simmons. So he could be really a poor man's Isaiah Simmons. Collect Hudson, Reuben Foster, Ryan Anderson, Ryan Kerrigan, all our backers are going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance. And I just can't wait to see how dominant we are this year. So without further ado, it's been your boy One Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, head to the Redskins, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL. In this case, my Washington Redskins, or should I say our Washington Redskins. As always, it's been your boy One Gotti. Who do you think is going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance on the defense? Now, I gave you my opinion. I said everyone is going to thrive, but I had to break it down single player by player. Let me know who you think is going to thrive or who is not going to thrive by Chase Young's appearance. Who do you think is going to, get overshadowed by Chase Young's appearance? Ryan Kerrigan, maybe? Who knows? Like, comment, subscribe, head to the Redskins, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL. In this case, our Washington Redskins. I gave you my opinion, and the floor is yours. Peace.